Tell me what you know about the derivatives industry. When I say that, what do you think? Give me 2 words.
Uh, I'm not an economist. Derivatives values probably means trying to extrapolate the interests on things, and it's an indirect measure of. It's complicated, and honestly speaking, I really don't know much about it.
I don't know.
That's okay. Well, let me tell you. So, derivatives are basically betting, right? So, you bet on the outcome, and it can be anything from business to really anything. So, what are your views on betting? And do you think that it's okay for corporations and individuals to make bets on how companies will do? Do you see that any different from betting on the outcomes of sports or even betting on the outcomes in gambling and card games? Asta. Asta.
Good question. Derivatives, as you mentioned, it is a form of gambling. So gambling per se is there in everything in life. We all gamble for everything. Yes, there should be some sets of rules and regulations. There should be checks and balances. There should be some safety networks, and there should be some limits. If not, the system can go wrong. As in 2007 or 8, when there was a financial crisis, the checks and balances are probably not the best. So, yeah, derivative market should be there. You cannot totally stop that, and it's a part of the economy. But it should be well regulated, and we have to learn from past mistakes, and whatever we find went wrong in the past, and whatever that the economist here, not the politicians or laymen like me should decide, but a good set of economists, if they agree, they should be able to extrapolate that these type of derivatives are likely to be, and there has to be some sort of guidelines, strict guidelines.
Sure.
Yeah, derivatives have to be there. It's a part of business structure and market.
So you're right, gambling is not good, but we know everyone gambles, and if you're doing gambling for a reason, where people are using their logic and doing for the right reason, or say it's benefiting an industry or economy, I'll say why not, go for it. And if a new industry comes up and it benefits people around in that area, I think that's great, but in a very kind of balanced way.
So, are you saying the ends justify the means? Specifically, would you elaborate briefly on, I guess, your views on for the greater good, if certain practices may not be correct based on principles, but an outcome they tend to help the most number of people, is that okay?
I'll think if it's not hurting anyone and it's helping the economy and it's doing good, I will go for it.
Gambling by definition is a risky business. So there will be people who will get hurt and there will be failures. So it's not all win-win situation. So gambling in what sectors, in the financial sectors, with what consequences, all those things have to be taken into account. We just can't make one thing, and the rules have to be the same. If the rules are the same for the common person who's taking the risk of borrowing, the same should be for the derivatives market. Whoever is taking that risk, if it is a big financial institutions, if they go bankrupt, they shouldn't be bailed out by the government. So it can be that some sector of economy, some section of people, some bigger institutions get the benefit of the derivative markets in the positive way, in the good terms. But in the negative way, gambling has to be both the ways. You lose and you gain. It can be win-win. So many a times those situations finally, as in 2007 or 8 happened, those banks had to be bailed off, and those insurance companies had to be bailed off by the feds. And that to a general person doesn't appear fair. You know, fair it is for the left, it should be for the right. If it is for the black, it should be for the white. If it is for the poor, it should be for the rich. It cannot, if it is for the banks, it is for the common man. It can't be for common man, and for banks, you bail them out. So that system inherently is not right, at least from a common man's perspective. So it has to be fair for all sectors. Whoever takes the risks, gambling is taking risk, and they will get rewards too. There will be a chance of failure as well.
Any last words?
Oh, by the way, you put me into with these three questions all of a sudden in a deep thinking, but
that's great.
I would be better prepared if I had read something about it.
Well, it's supposed to be candid, so thank you so much.
Thank
All right.
you.